Ever read something so profound that it stops you in your tracks? Mark Twain had a gift for saying exactly what you needed to hear, whether you wanted to hear it or not. His words were sharp, funny, and brutally honest, cutting through life's distractions to reveal truths about human nature, society, and ourselves. Twain didn't just write stories, he wrote lessons hidden inside humor. And once his words get inside your head, they never quite leave. Here's one that always makes people think. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. That quote hits different, doesn't it? It's like a reminder that life isn't just about existing, it's about figuring out your purpose. Too often, we get so caught up in the day-to-day grind that we forget to ask the big questions. Why are we here? What really matters? Twain's words challenge us to step back and reflect on what makes life meaningful. And if you think about it, most people spend their lives waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, or the perfect plan to come together. But Twain didn't believe in waiting. As he put it, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. That's a wake-up call. Fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, or fear of the unknown. These things stop us from living fully. Twain urges us to throw those fears aside, to take risks, and to live boldly. Because in the end, it's not the mistakes we'll regret, it's the chances we never took. But Twain didn't just write for dreamers, he also knew how to call out the flaws in human behavior. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. That's a powerful truth about human pride. We've all seen it, how people cling to false beliefs, even when the truth is staring them in the face. It's a quote that makes you reflect on how often we defend our mistakes just to avoid admitting we were wrong. Twain's insight isn't just about others, it's a mirror. It reminds us to stay humble, to keep questioning our own assumptions, and to be willing to learn even when it's uncomfortable. One of Twain's most clever pieces of advice is, whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Think about that for a second. How often do we go along with the crowd just because it feels safe? Twain was warning us that following the majority isn't always the right path. Sometimes the truth lies in standing apart, questioning what everyone else believes, and having the courage to think for yourself. It's a reminder that growth often comes from discomfort, from standing out when everyone else fits in. Twain was a master at exposing the absurdity of social norms. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. At first glance, it's a funny observation, but there's a deeper message hidden inside. Twain is poking fun at how society judges people by appearances. We're quick to make assumptions based on what someone wears or how they present themselves. It's a playful but sharp reminder that what really matters, character, kindness, integrity, goes far beyond appearances. Twain also had a brilliant way of addressing personal growth. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Simple, right? But how often do we find ourselves waiting for the perfect moment to begin? Whether it's starting a new project, changing careers, or building better habits, the hardest part is almost always the first step. Twain's words cut through the excuses and procrastination, urging us to just begin. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. And when it comes to dealing with criticism, Twain gave us some of the best advice. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you too can become great. We've all encountered people who try to bring us down, who tell us our dreams are too big or unrealistic. Twain reminds us to choose our company wisely. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who encourage your growth, and who make you believe in your own potential. Life's too short to spend it with those who make you feel small. One of Twain's most famous lines is both humorous and wise. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. It's a profound reflection on what it means to truly live. Twain is telling us that the more we embrace life, the less we fear its end. It's not about avoiding death, it's about living so fully, so authentically, that when the end comes, we have no regrets. What a powerful way to think about life. Twain wasn't just a writer, he was a truth teller. And perhaps his most lasting message is this: truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth isn't. Life, in all its randomness and unpredictability, often defies logic. Twain's words remind us to expect the unexpected, to embrace the strange twists and turns of life, and to find humor even when things don't make sense. His wisdom wasn't just for his time, it's for ours too. Twain's quotes push us to question, to laugh, and to live more fully. They remind us that life is short, that the clock is always ticking, and that the only way to make the most of it is to jump in, heart first. Twain's words are more than just clever lines. They're invitations to see life differently, to laugh at its absurdities, and to find meaning in every moment. If you let his words sink in, they'll change you. They'll challenge you. And they might even inspire you to live a little bolder, laugh a little louder, and take that first step toward whatever it is you've been waiting for. Because, as Twain would tell you, there's no better time than now.